Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So let's see, today's July 19. Let's get everything over here sorted out real quick. Good. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and send this link out to you guys here in the premium via the Zoom link. I'll send out the YouTube link after. All right, cool. Let me get this going over here. Should be good to go. Let me let everybody into the room real quick. All right, so it's 6:24 right now, guys. We have about 6 minutes till market opens, so there's no real crazy rush right now. We have a lot of time actually till it actually opens up. So I'm gonna give it some time right here for it to load up. Once it's loaded up, we can get started. Get this YouTube link out to you guys as well. Got the YouTube link sent out to you guys right there. All right, cool. Looks like we're good for the most part. Let me finish letting everybody into the room real quick. So it is 6:25 right now, guys. We have about 5 minutes till market opens, so we still have some time. There's no crazy rush right now, but obviously we're going to start looking for our biases for the technical side, and then we'll be ready to look for the confirmation on the fundamental side as well. So, anyways, looking over here at the profits from this morning, a lot of you guys did pretty well. So I'm going to go over to today. So that here's a timestamp for today here. You can see it says today up here. Semtex over here locked in a total of 8,207. Semtex just started a new account, so congrats to you, Semtex. Looking at Romano over here, Romano locked in a total of 1,047, selling US 30 last night. He had one small loss over there, but it's all right. He kind of made back a lot of that off his other trades. Looking at Angela over here as well, Angela locked in a total of 400 for the day. It looks like Angela was selling GCAD, NASDAQ, US 30, GJ, GC, and GJ again down here. So nice work, Angela, to start off the trading week. And then also Josh from last night. So Josh last night was selling US 30 as well. He locked in a total of about 500 last night. And then CSUK here as well. Lastly, CSUK 1,681. So that's pretty much for pre-market, whoever traded this morning. We'll see what happens from here, but we'll definitely look for some more entries as we as we continue on. So let me just go ahead and take a look at everything over here. I think everything's pretty much set up for the most part. Let's check the chat real quick. Let's see what's going on here. All right, cool. Yeah, Jeff, I responded to you too. Hey, morning, Mark. Morning, Jeff. Morning, Semtex. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Alkin. Morning, Sam. Morning, Miles. Morning, everybody. Morning, Al. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Taryn. Morning, Nico. Morning, Giselle. Morning, Matt. Morning, Will. Morning, everybody. Sorry. Lost my breath right there. Saying good morning, everybody. Yeah, so good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. We had a bit of a heat wave here in California, so it's all dry here in the area. It's kind of weird because usually it's kind of cooling down by now, but it's still really, really dry. But anyways, morning, Pat. Morning, Will. Morning, everybody. Let me check the YouTube real quick, and then we should get started. So Everyone's still making their way in. Let me go ahead and admit everybody. Looks like we have about half of people here in the Zoom. Let it load up for a bit. Good morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. So anyways, looking at a US 30 over here on the 10-minute, we have a bearish bias. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots. The trend meter is red over here. Here on the 3-minute, same situation. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. And then lastly, looking on the 1-minute over here, same situation. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is also red. So looking at the technical side, everything here looks pretty bearish overall. Looking at the fundamental side over here, the Dow future is down 525 points, the huge drop right there. And we'll see what happens when the market actually opens. Looking over here at the market sentiment. So majority of retail traders are, I mean, they're still short, but if you guys saw this yesterday, this was actually like in the 70s. So like as price continued to drop, a lot of retail traders start to shift to the other side because they're probably anticipating a spike back up. But we really don't know what's going to happen yet until the market actually opens. Just keep in mind that the market isn't officially open yet, guys. The New York Stock Exchange hasn't opened yet. So all this stuff is pretty much speculation and pre-market moves. The market is going to open in 1 minute. So we got about 40 seconds till market open. We'll see what happens from there. What I anticipate on market open is I kind of see it spiking up slightly, but I don't really know what that's going to happen yet. Just looking all around, everything's pretty much bearish. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, what the market gives us on market open in the next 30 seconds in order for us to, to catch this move. So let's see what happens here. Anyways, we got about 20 seconds here. Just like I mentioned before, guys, the overall bias is still a sell because of where price currently is, but I personally anticipate it to shoot up, but we'll see what happens from here. I'm not sure if we're going to go against the grain today and avoid the other confluences and just go off the 1 minute like we originally did, but we'll see what happens from here. Okay, so market is officially open. Let's see what happens with the fundamentals over here. So looking at the fundamentals right here, everything's pretty much red for the most part, super red. Wow, literally everything is red. You guys can see here, Goldman Sachs is down to like 11 points right now. Looking at the fundamentals right here, this is down 462 points. That's freaking nuts. So I guess it's going to keep dropping. I mean, we'll see what happens from here. But in order for us to take this trade here for the 1 minute, we would need a sell signal to close. And it would need to close below here with a strong bearish candle. If that doesn't happen, then check this out. See this huge market manipulation right here? That's crazy, right? See how it's pushing up right here? Look at the actual index. It's entirely red. So right now I'm going to chill out for a bit. I'm not going to enter just yet because you guys can see here, this thing is all red, but you can see that it's still trying to push up on the 1 minute over here. Even though it's 1 minute, it still shouldn't be pushing up like that because the entire index is red. The entire index is red here. If you look at the fundamentals, this is the daily fundamentals right here. It's down 509 points, but it's still pushing up. So this is something that you probably don't want to mess with right now, guys. I'm not going to touch it at all. I'm going to wait for it to smoothen out. So I'm going to wait maybe the first 30 minutes to pass for like this, whatever manipulation here is happening. I'm waiting for it to stop. And then I'm going to hop in once it confirms the direction. But I mean, obviously right here, you're going to probably see a lot of big wicks, from the top, a lot of big wicks from the bottom, because it just doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, I mean, if you guys look at the stock index, if it was down this much, do you think it should be going up? I don't think so, right? Same with here. If you look at the actual index, like the stocks, these are the stocks that the Dow 30 is combined of. If you look here, this is like super red. There's like barely anything here. They're not even up 1 point. Walmart's only up 0.08 points. Merrick's down or up 0.02, and Procter & Gamble is only up 0.49. So just looking at that there, you're probably going to see this come crashing all the way back down. So I'm not going to mess with it. You're probably going to see this come all the way back down, and then you're just going to see a lot of whipsaw back and forth action here. But overall, the bias is still bearish. So, if you guys listen to what I said before we went on the live session, or before the market open, I mentioned that I think price is going to get manipulated and shoot up. And look what happened here. It did exactly that. Some people can make money off this, but obviously I'm not going to mess with this here. I'm going to be waiting for this to play out. So let's see what happens from here. See that big drop right there? It's coming right back to where it's supposed to go because the fundamentals are all red. There's no reason for it to be coming up like that. But I'm still not going to mess with this. I'm probably not going to mess with the 1 minute. I'm going to stick with a 3 minute for today because you can see that there's more stability here. You see the big spikes, but then there's stability here as it moves alongside. So we'll see what happens from here. But I mean, for the most part, you probably don't want to mess with the market right now. So just looking at this right here. Yeah, you can see it's coming back down. So we'll wait for that. All right, so it's doing just like what I mentioned earlier. I said I was going to keep whipsawing back and forth. So it whipsawed up, whipsawed back down. And then here you see as it comes back up again right here. It's just going to keep going back and forth. I mean, technically you can make money by trading within these little whipsaws, but the worst thing that could happen to you is it just keeps going up, right? Say if you take a sell here at some point and then it just keeps going up and it doesn't come down for a while, but then it ends up coming down as soon as you get stopped out. The reason why I wouldn't trade here is because the risk is just way too high. If you look at the spike up from here, it spiked up over 1,000 pips. So unless you have a really wide stop loss, you could probably survive the move. But if you have a tight stop loss like we normally use, like 500 pip stop loss, you're probably gonna get stopped out if you enter at the wrong time. So I'm probably just gonna hold off. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens from here. Hey, morning, Aaron. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Steven. Morning, Lior. Lior, yeah, US30 is definitely down. Our bias is here for a sell on pretty much all time frames. So the 1 hour over here to sell, obviously 10 minutes to sell, 3 minutes to sell, 1 minute to sell. And the fundamentals are pointing strong for a sell as well. But what we're doing right now is we're waiting for the confirmation before we can hop into this. But I definitely, I don't know. I probably see like some sort of reversal happening at some point, maybe not today, but at some point during this week, because market sentiment is going to start to shift. I mean, we have to wait and see what happens from there. Let's check out the market sentiment over here. It's 58% short. It's now 57. So you can see a lot of retail traders here are switching to the long side, or they're just pulling out of their positions. But the majority is still on the short side. Not very strong, but still on the short side. The bias right now is a sell, Mitchell, because everything points to the sell side, but obviously market's being heavily manipulated over here. Mitchell's asking, how come the Dow is going down? The Dow is going down because that's where price is going. If you look at the index, the entire Dow has been red. I mean, it doesn't have to just go up or it doesn't have to just go down. So right here, you can see right here, it shows that Dow drops 500 points in fears of COVID rebound. Airline among the biggest losers. So, I mean, this is the main key here, COVID. This is exactly what happened last year when, COVID kept coming out the bad news. It just kept dropping from here. So, I mean, COVID is obviously getting bad around the world. Here in Los Angeles, we have to wear masks again indoors. So, I mean, obviously, that has a factor in the market, but it's not the determining factor. There's just a lot of different factors that are pushing it down. Inflation news came out last week. Powell spoke last week. There's a lot of stuff that happened last week that pushed price down. But I mean, COVID is the biggest pusher here, but you can see from normal price here, it's not necessarily going down like how it's supposed to. It's kind of bouncing back and forth. And this is why we're holding off on entering these trades, because, if you entered the sell over here, you would have been burnt because it came up all the way up here for about 1,000 pip move, a little over 1,000 pips. So we're going to hold off and just wait for that confirmation. Once we get the confirmation, we can, we can hop back in. So there goes that swing up that we were anticipating. See, Kel said with that bullish, bearish, bullish pattern on the 1 minute time frame act as a confirmation. I wouldn't say just yet, Kel. I mean, the reason for that is because everything's still pointing towards the downside, right? And it's still pushing up. So the confirmation that I'm looking for is I'm looking for a sell signal to come up over here, and I'm waiting for it to close below this area right here, right? Because if it closes below here with a strong bearish candle, so if we get that red sell signal right here, see how it's dropping right here, it's probably going to come up soon. If it closes below here, I'd probably look for a retest right here. I'd wait for it to come down, retest it, And then when it comes down the second time, that's when I would take it. That'd be my confirmation. Because even though this would be a confirmation for a sell, it would still be too, like me personally, I think it'd still be too risky because you don't have that full confirmation. You kind of have that guess that it's going to come down, or you kind of have that feeling it's going to come down, but it's not necessarily like a for sure because it's still bouncing back and forth. What I would be waiting for is on the 10 minutes. So this is the thing that I would be looking for here. I would be looking for this to close. If this closes bullish right here, what I'd be looking for next is I'd be looking for price to either come back down to where it originally was, or for it to shoot back up even further. Nice, Kyle. Kyle said, I just took a sell and made money when it spiked up. Don't know what happened, but I ain't complaining. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you guys are making money during this manipulated conditions in the market, that's great. You know, it's great that you guys are making profit off this. For me, you guys know how I trade. I'm very conservative. I don't like to take risky trades like this. So I'm not really hopping into this stuff, even though we could probably make some profit as it spikes back and forth. You know, it's just not, it's just not my risk profile for me to want to take trades like that. But I do think it's probably going to come back down. Like I mentioned earlier, we have to wait for this to close. If this closes right here, we're probably not going to have a direction set yet. But I'm hoping it does close with like some body here. If it closes like with just like a, you know, with a little doji with huge wicks on both sides, then it's probably not going to play out like how we normally analyze this. Because basically after the first 10-minute candle, price does one of two things. It either comes back to where it originally was and crosses below, or it continues pushing up in that direction. So this is something to look out for. This is basically where I would base my bias. But it's not a strong bias because it's not a normal strong candle. I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you look over here from Friday, okay, so if I go back over here to Friday, I'll just show you what I'm looking for here so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look at this right here, delete this. This was 6:30 on, I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday, but one of those days, Friday or Thursday. This was 6:30 when the market opened, right? One of two things can happen. If price ends up closing below this line right here, then it keeps dropping down further. If price doesn't close below that line, odds are it's going to keep pushing up even higher, right? So you can see right here, it pushed below it, but it didn't close below it. Right here on the next candle, it confirmed a bullish move right here, right? So what do you think would happen at this point? For my analysis, I would expect this to keep shooting up further. If you let this run, see how it shoots up further? It's like the same pattern every day. This is usually what happens. And this is kind of what I'm looking for over here, where price currently is, but it's going to be hard to tell because there was no confirmation there. So looking at this right here, if this closes below here on the next 9 minutes, like once this candle closes, if it's bearish below this line, then I would start looking for some sells. And this is just another analysis that goes hand in hand with what we're really looking for. So as you can see, price is coming all the way back down, right? And this is what we were looking for earlier, right, Kel? So if you guys remember for the 1 minute, I told you I was waiting for the sell signal to close below here. Unfortunately, I missed it. But if you guys took the sell here, like I mentioned earlier, you know, it would push down into some heavy profit. I'm currently not going to enter this yet because it's still too risky for me. I need a better confirmation. Like I need a sell signal here on the 3 minute, or I need the confirmation for this to close below here on the 10 minute. Then I'll start looking for some sells all throughout the scalps moving forward. Let me see if there's any news this morning. So there's, I mean, it's not really big news. There's NAHB housing market index at 7. I don't know if it's really going to affect the market very much, but we do have President Biden speaking at 8:30. So we're probably going to be off this live session before then. You'll probably start to see market move a little slow around 8 o'clock because a lot of people are going to pull out of the market because they're going to be scared or they're going to be anticipating, you know, what Biden's going to be speaking about. So yeah, anyways, just looking at this right here, pretty much everything that I mentioned earlier just played out like we talked about. So here we go. There's a 1 minute where it closed below. If you took that sell there, you know, it would have hit. Also, this is the same analysis that we were waiting for earlier on the 1 minute, but I'm not going to trade on the 1 minute today. It's just too risky. This would have hit TP already for about 25 pips. Yeah, whoever took this trade right here, I mean, it's depending on what strategy you applied. If you applied the 1 minute, you would have made profit here because you would have closed at 100 pips anyways. If you went for the full 250, that would have been it right there as well. But this isn't considered the breakout entry, guys. Just keep that in mind. There's no breakout entry today because nothing lined up. Looking here on the 3 minute, we'll see what happens here. in order for us to take this sell here, this would mean it would need to be a valid sell signal. So if it closes with a green bullish candle within it, it's not going to be valid. This 10-minute over here, if this closes below here, then this could give us a confirmation that it's going to continue dropping. But right now, there's just nothing there at this moment. So still waiting for this to play out over here. Let's scroll up real quick. William said, good morning from a sunburnt Englishman. Yeah, it must have been hot over there too, William. I bet. It seems like there was a heat wave like all over. Josh said, let me see. Goldie said, check the 4-hour. We are at major demand area. Double bottom on the 4-hour too. Yeah, let me go on the 4-hour real quick and I'll see what let me go see what Goldie was talking about right here. Yeah, no, I can see it right there, Goldie. So you're right. So yeah, looking at the 4-hour right here, it looks like we can be getting ready for a bounce, but we'll see what happens from here. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the market, so it's kind of hard to tell because Biden is going to speak later too. I think price will probably spike up around 8:30. I think when Biden speaks later today, he'll probably say some stuff that's beneficial, but I think he's going to be talking about, you know, the COVID response and whatnot. So we'll see what happens from there. But as you guys can see right here, if this candle right here closes above this pivot or not this pivot, this line right here, and then we get a strong bullish candle after this, then we can expect it to continue pushing up. So just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of things to look at here, but just looking at this, obviously this is why I'm not taking the trades yet, right? Because if you took some trades here, you might have gotten burnt right here. So if you didn't pull out with profit right here, this is where you might get burnt because, like I was mentioning before, prices just going to keep whipsawing back and forth. And this is what I mean. You can see price whipsawed up 1,000 pips. And then what happened from here? Whipsawed back down, probably over 1,000 pips. Yeah, 1,200 pips right there. And then it whipsawed back up, right? So this is why I'm not messing with the market right here because it's just bouncing back and forth. I mean, obviously, like I mentioned before, you guys could make profit trading this way, but it's not a way that I would necessarily recommend because it's just, you're kind of gambling at this point. You never know when it's going to spike the other direction because it just keeps going back and forth. Looking here on the 10-minute, I'm still looking for this to close. If this closes with a strong bullish candle with like little to no wick, then I'll probably start looking for some buys because this is going to indicate a confirmation of a reversal off the 10-minute. And, you know, just looking at everyone else's confirmation here as well on the 4-hour, you know, it's about like a triple bottom here, just like Mitchell just mentioned. Double bottom from, you know, Goldie's analysis here. He also mentioned that there's a major demand area right here. So there could be a double or triple bottom, depending on how you're identifying it, even a quadruple bottom, because you can see right here, it tested this area. So like sorry, let me fix that. So like we got like one right here. Okay. It's not coming up. Oh, there we go. So like one right there, one right there, one right there, and then possibly if this one right here swings back up, another one right there, right? So there's a lot of areas of rejection right here from this point. But I mean, obviously we'll just have to wait and see what happens from here. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really going to mess with it, guys, because you guys can see that there's different analysis, right? There's analysis for buys, there's analysis for sells, but the confirmation here on the 1-minute, there's just too much noise. So I wouldn't really mess with this. I'd probably look at the 10-minute and the 3-minute. These would be the main time frames that I'd probably be looking at myself, you know, me personally, because there's just too much stuff going on the 1-minute over here. Nice. Let's see. Jay said possible buy on the 1-minute. I mean, possible, but I wouldn't take it, Jay, because, you know, like I mentioned before, everything here is still pointing toward everything's pointing towards a downside. So the 10 minutes pointing towards a downside, 3 minutes pointing towards a downside. The 1-minute is also pointing towards a downside. So there's not really see this big drop right here. I wouldn't even take the sell here, even if this is coming down right here. I wouldn't take it because this is probably going to lure you into enter this sell. And then as soon as you enter this, it's going to spike all the way back up. Oh yeah, I know. I noticed that, Jay. But yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, this is like a market that I really wouldn't want to play around in, because unless you have like over 1,000 pip stop loss every time you take a trade, Like say, for example, if you took the sell down here, right, you would have had to survive a drawdown of like 500 pips before it came all the way back down. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are trading today, make sure to use lower risk and do that so that you can have a wider stop loss than what you normally have. Because I would have a minimum of 1,000 pip stop loss to avoid getting caught in these little whipsaws as price goes around. But, like I mentioned before, I'm going to wait for this confirmation here. If this closes below here, then we're going to start looking for some sells, right? This line here is going to be basically the point where we're looking for. So if price closes below here and it's a strong bearish candle, then we're probably going to start looking for some sells. But you can see right here, it might break right through that. It's only away about 300 pips, guys, off that 4-hour demand that you guys were talking about. So we'll see what happens from here. Adjust this a little bit. Yeah, because this easily could just break right below. The thing with this too is I kind of see this dropping even further because the market sentiment is starting to shorten, right? It was like 62% and then it went down to like 59%, now 57%. So as a retail trader shift to the buy side, because everyone's anticipating that bounce from right here, right? So if everyone's anticipating the bounce, they might just break right through it and continue dropping it even further. So we'll see, we'll see what happens from here. Let's see, Patricia just sent me your profits real quick. Let's see what you did over here, Patricia. Nice. Patricia said, done. Freaking crazy market right now. Yeah, so Patricia just sent me her profits right now. She locked in a total of 8,045. Nice work, Patricia. Congrats. Yeah, no, definitely. I would take a break as well. John here too. John's up 6,657. John said I should quit for the day. Yeah, no, you should definitely. I would recommend it because the market is moving kind of crazy. Tariq over here as well. Tariq's up 1,077, taking the sells right there. So as you guys can see, I didn't take any of these sells here, but if you guys know the strategy that we're applying here, you guys could have taken it yourself. Tariq took these sells right here. He made about 1,077. John as well. He took some buys actually. He took buys in the other direction. So, if you guys know the strategy, you guys can trade in either way. You can trade for sells, you can trade for buys. Patricia here, she took both buys and sells, and she made a ton of profit both ways. So, and she also took a loss here. She took a loss for about 4,000. So her profit should have been about 12,000 for the day if she didn't take that loss. But, she took the risk. She made it back on the next trade. And then she made even more on the next trade after that. So check this out. Price just broke the low that you guys were just talking about. So let's scroll over here real quick. So yeah, John over here, pretty nice. 6,657. Cheryl over here, she locked in 4,028. Nice work, Cheryl. See, price broke right below it. This is why I was telling you guys to just wait for the confirmation, because if price breaks below it, it's probably going to keep dropping. So looking at this right here, I think price is definitely going to keep dropping from this point here. I'm probably going to take a speculative sell, and I'm just going to hold on to it for a bit. I fucking missed it. I should enter right here. So I'm going to wait for it to come back up. And then when it gets up to this point, I'm probably going to take a sell. I'm going to take a speculative. I should have entered right here. If it comes back up to this point, I'm going to take a speculative sell. And then I'm just going to hold it for a while over here, maybe like about 800 pips or so. So yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys are following along. So right here, like I mentioned before, I said if it closes below here with the red bearish candle, it's a strong bearish candle, then we could probably expect it to, to drop quite a bit. Like it's probably just going to keep dropping for the rest of the day. So we'll see what happens from here. But I mean, like I mentioned before, guys, it's just going to be, we're going to be looking for some sells here because the bias is all pointing towards the downside. I actually took that speculative sell and I'm just holding on to it now as it drops further. So sorry, I accidentally muted my thing, but I'm currently in the sell right now. Probably move my stop loss in profit if possible. So I just pulled out of that position right there. I actually just took it. I'll send you guys my profits. So I accidentally hit the mute button on my phone. On my computer, but I did take that for a sell right there. I made some profit off it. I'm thinking about hopping back in if it swings back up. So let me just send you guys my profits as well. And that was just a speculative sell, right? Like sometimes I take these trades where there's no strategy that's really being used. It's kind of just me, it's kind of just me taking these trades. because I do see it dropping further. So let me just send you guys. The heck did this thing not copy my accounts? All right, what kind of sucks? Looks like some of my accounts didn't copy over. It's just moving too fast. I mean, it's all good. Let me just pull it up on this screen over here. So it is risky to trade today, guys. But you know, like for me, if I see something that's good, I just hop in real quick. I'm not really holding on to it. I should have just held on to it longer, because what I was gonna do is I was gonna put my stop loss like over here. I'll just send you guys my profits real quick. My funding talent copied it to all my accounts. One of my FTMOs didn't copy the trade, which is unfortunate. But I'll send you guys what I took over here. So one of my FTMOs didn't copy it, it just moved too fast. But fuck, I should have just held on to it. I think drop further. I'm gonna wait for a retracement. I'm gonna look for a retracement back up, but you know, like I mentioned before, I think price is gonna be bearish for the rest of the day, because it played out exactly how we thought right here. I mentioned if it closed a strong bearish candle, it would just keep dropping, which is perfectly fine. No, I'm not gonna hop back in. So I'm so tempted to hop back in, but I already missed the move. It's too late. But here, I sent you guys my profits over here. This is what I locked in. So this is my funding talent. I have about 3 of them running right now, 300K account. So for here, I locked this in times 3, because this is just one account. I didn't want to post it 3 times. It's the same entry. And then here on my FTMO, I made about 1,310. My other FTMO didn't catch it and moved too fast. So unfortunately, I missed out on that one, but definitely locked in some nice profit off this. US 30, US K2, US 30. And as you guys can see, price is starting to wake back up, right? This is why I didn't enter again, because this is how you get trapped into trades. You guys can't chase these trades. If you see something good, you got to enter right away. You guys can't enter late, because if you do, you might get caught in the retracement. So this is why I didn't enter for the, oh shit, man. Let me copy this over. Yeah, the reason why I didn't enter again for that sell there, even though it's probably dropping even further, is I don't want to get caught in like price skipping back and forth. I'm going to wait for a retracement. So now we're looking for some sells. For today, we're just looking for sells. I'm going to wait for a retracement to the upside right here, and then I'm going to catch it back for another sell as it drops further. Damn, I should have just held my trade, because I exited like way over here on top. If I held on to it, I could have made quite a bit more. Yeah, about 700 pips more. So that'd be about 5,000 more in my account if I just held on to it, but it's all good. Today's a risky day. I'm not trying to take any risky trades. So I'm just going ahead and taking profit where I can. So looking over here, a lot of you guys did pretty solid. Looking at this right here, Patricia locked in, yeah, 8,000 for the day, 8,045. Brittany locked in 1,309, no losses today. Nice work, Brittany. Looking over here, Brittany again, she locked in 2,292. Nice work, Brittany. Looks like you keep on stacking on more and more. John over here too. John took a small sell on that drop, just like I took, and he locked in 2,138 for a total of 8,773 for the day. Nice work, John. Angela too, man. Everyone's hopping in on these sells that I just took right here. So Angela took the sells too. She locked in with 668 on one account. And then on her second account, she made 500. So she hit her daily goal for the day. She's pretty much done. You know, like I mentioned, guys, if you guys don't have to trade, it's probably best for you guys to just sit out the market. Faiz over here locked in 2,145. Nice work, Faiz. Damn, you guys are killing it. Everybody's doing pretty well right now to kick off the trading week. Looking over here, Steven locked in a 3,698. Nice work, Steven. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid. Otto over here as well. Otto locked in 712. Nice work, Otto. And I think this is your personal account too, because you don't have the dot cash here. So nice work off that, Otto. You're catching these moves perfectly. Steven over here again. Steven's up 9,110. So if some of you guys here are killing it, like, and you took a smaller lot size off this too, Steven. I think this is your personal account, right? So you lock in about 5,427 off that account, total of 9,000 for the day. Otto again right here. So Otto as well, he still in some profits, 246. Nice work, Otto. And JJ over here as well. So JJ took some US 30 trades, some NASDAQ trades, and some more US 30 trades right here for a total of 56.40. So I'm not sure if these are euros. I'm assuming these are maybe euros on your end, JJ, because I know you're in the UK. So he said his baby account, he locked in about 56 euros right here. So definitely great work, guys. There's more profits here. Ken as well. Ken locked in a total of 1,474. Nice work, Ken. And Tariq here again. Tariq as well. 4,242. Nice work, Tariq. Back in profit. So you guys are doing pretty solid. Damn, you guys still have more profit here. Brittany again. Brittany's up 3,000 now. 3,032 cents. So nice work, Brittany. Anyways, looking at another person here, another Abraham locked in 1,238. So if you guys have more profits to send in, go ahead and send them over. And then I'll add them to the list of profits for the day. Rick as well. Nice work, Rick. Rick's up 2,277. So great work amongst everyone here. I'm looking for a retracement here. So we already have the full TP hit on here. So I'm just waiting for a retracement up on the 3 minute, and then I'm going to catch it as it comes back down right here. 1 minute, like I mentioned before, I'm not messing with the 1 minute. There's just too much noise on here. But overall, everyone's doing pretty solid. Just to kick off the week, all you guys are doing amazing. And this is playing exactly how we, how we anticipated earlier. So let me see. I think Robert sent me his profits today too. Let me go ahead and check this out over here real quick. Yeah, definitely. You guys are killing it. Amazing profits by everyone here. Looking at Robert's profits over here. Robert is Patricia's son. So you guys can see Patricia locked in 8,045, and then her son over here, Robert, locked in a total of 5,060. So definitely, I like seeing this, guys. I like seeing when families together profit with us here, because it just, it's great that you guys are profiting together, because you guys are just taking the same trades and you guys are killing it. Patricia's up 8,000. Her son Robert here is up 5,000. Looking at Ziljian over here, Ziljian's up 2,410. Nice work, bro. So as you guys can see, these are all different people profiting in K2 this morning. It's not just me. It's not just a handful of people. It's a lot of people here. Eunice here as well. Eunice took a couple trades here. He's up 109. Nice work, Eunice. And you guys can see here, it doesn't matter if you guys have a small account or a big account. You guys can still profit pretty heavily here. If you guys are consistent. Nice work, Tam over here. 2 Tams up 2,078. Nice work, Tam. Congrats. And looking at Adrian over here too. Adrian's up 3,118. These are all different people in the K2 groups. And then also over here, Williams. Williams up 23,000. Nice, William. Killing it, bro. He took, these are mostly US 30, and then the GA trade right there. Looks like you had a small, well, not a small loss, but a loss right there off the GA. But definitely a nice profit all around for US 30. All right, so I think that's it for the profits right now. Let me go ahead and see if there's anything else for us to take here. Still dropping, but I'm not going to take the trade. I'm going to wait for it. Last thing you want to do is get caught in a retracement up, because I'm sure that's happened to you guys before, right? You guys try to enter because you guys are chasing the move, and then all of a sudden price comes up and you're like, damn, I should have just waited. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just waiting. I'm being disciplined, and I'm just waiting for an actual entry to come up here. But I definitely think it's going to keep dropping for the rest of the day. If you guys saw my analysis earlier from Friday or Thursday, it's doing exactly what I anticipated, because this is the same pattern that plays out pretty much every day. So this is what we're looking for now. Yeah, Abraham. Abraham said it always it's like the support once I place a sell. Yeah, that's why I don't hop in right away. I wait a little bit. Nice. 44.79 said I made 300 doing well today from Friday. Nice. Perfect. Yeah, we do have news coming up soon at 7. I think the news just happened right now, actually. We had the housing market index. It's under right now. So the housing market's not doing so well. It looks like it's kind of getting lower. See how that affects the market. Kenny said, I'm not taking any trades if you're not taking it, LOL. Yeah, I'm not going to take any trades right now, Kenny. I'm waiting for a retracement. So I'm looking for a retracement up, and then I'm going to catch it as it comes back down. Just got to be patient, right? I'm already up. Let's see. So looking at my profits for today, so 852. So let's do 852 times 3, because I have 3 funding talent accounts. So that times 3, I'm up about 2,000 off my funding talents. And then for my FTMO down here, plus 1,310. So if you guys can see here, this is how much profit I locked in off that one trade here, because I have 3 funding talent accounts, and then I have 2 FTMOs. One of my FTMOs didn't copy the trade, so I'm going to be transparent with you guys. It happens sometimes. Sometimes a copier doesn't copy the trade if it moves too fast. So I didn't get into that trade right there. but in total, I'm still up, 3,866. This is why I don't need to force any trades. Because, like I mentioned before, if you guys do the math, if you guys want to make 100K a year, all you need to do is make about 400 a day, right? I'm already way past that. If you multiple, so like, say for example, I make about 3,800 a day, which is possible, right? Because I take about 1 to 3 trades. If I do this daily, you multiply that by 5 days a week, that's about 19,000 a week. You multiply it by 4 weeks out of the month, it's about 77,000 for a year, for a month. You multiply that by 12 for a year, that's about 927,000, right? So if you could be consistent with your trades and not lose trades, if you just take what you know is going to hit, this is what's possible. Like I mentioned before, if you guys want to make 6 figures, 400 a day, right? So if you make like about 450 a day in profit, and you guys can see here, there's a lot of people here who made just that, right? If you look over here, Adrian made about 3,000, Tam made about 2,000, Eunice made about 109. So look, I'll use a small example here, right? Eunice made 109 for the day, right? If you look at my chat with Eunice, his profits every day are around the 200 range, right? He's making 195, 171, 305, something like that, right? So if you just multiply this 450 times 5 days a week, because you trade with me 5 days, like 5 mornings out of the week, that's about 2,250 a week. You multiply that by 4 weeks out of the month, that's 9,000 a month, right? So with that said, you multiply it by 12, you're already making 108,000 a year. If you just trade with me, you take one winning trade with me a day, pretty much every morning, you guys can easily acquire this, because we've been on a hot winning streak for the past couple of months now. We haven't lost a trade here on the live session in a long time. So if you guys are able to follow me in the morning and just take the trades that I'm taking, you guys can do perfectly fine reaching your goals every single day. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty solid right here. Nice. Rav said that he changed his name. Al said after taxes 12K, right? So you gotta learn the tax game too, Al. If you know the tax game, you don't have to pay any taxes, and then you can do that legally. You go buy yourself a little Model X like I did, and then you can use that to your advantage. And charge my phone real quick. So I got a bunch of messages here. Let me see what else people logged in. So Sandra over here too. Sandra locked in a total of 578 over here. Nice work. So definitely nice work off that, Sandra. Locked in a nice profit off just that one trade, one sell right there. And it's still running. 581 right now, currently. So Sandra probably moved her stop loss in profit, still letting it continue on from there. And yeah, intraday's up 30K today. Scalp back into that GA earlier. All right, cool. So yeah, guys, like I mentioned before, I'm just pretty much waiting for for price to swing up and then swing back down. So if you guys have any questions, you guys want me to cover something, I can cover it right now, because I'm not really looking to enter anything right now. I'm waiting for this retracement up, and then I'm going to catch it as it comes back down. But Biden does speak at 8:30, so he speaks in about an hour and a half. At that point, I'm probably going to be offline. So I'm hoping we can get an entry before then. If not, then I'm probably just going to sit out the market, because I'm already happy with my profits for the day. I just took one trade, but I'm already up pretty solid, nearly 4,000. So I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Yeah, tax-free wealth, Al. So yeah, I could actually tag you in that. So what I shared that book with you guys here, and I'll tag you in it right here so you can read it. Here, so I sent the book here to you guys over here. Al, I'm gonna go ahead and tag you in it so you can read it if you want. I have that book. That book helps you with a lot of stuff, understanding the tax game. Because once you start to make money, it becomes understanding the tax game. So once you get the money game down, you learn the tax game, and you're pretty much set. But yeah, I tagged you in the premium chat over here, Al, if you want to read that book. I'm not sure if you're referring to tax-free wealth, but there's an actual book called Tax-Free Wealth. It's actually a really good book to understand the the tax game. All right, let me see this real quick. See what else I missed. Gallo said, "How bad is COVID in LA?" I mean, it's not that bad, but they do have the mask requirement here again. So I went out. I went to go get lunch with my family yesterday in LA, and we had to wear masks. It's kind of weird because it's been a while since we had to wear masks out here. But I don't know how bad it really is. Yeah, definitely, Kyle. I know you've read the book too. The book's pretty good. Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. Oh, yeah. So you did get the book. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's gonna help you out You know, for the more advanced traders here, I already kind of explained to you guys how to like, I don't want to say game the tax system, but there's a way to do it where your profits kind of come off. I wouldn't say tax free, but basically tax free if you guys run it through your business. So yeah. And that's for the, you know, the K2 members here. I'm obviously here to help you guys make sure that you guys keep as much profit as possible. But there's ways around the tax system to keep majority of your profits, especially if you're trading with FTMO. That's why I stick with FTMO, because it aligns with my tax goals. Razul said, hi, Shawn. Next big area of liquidity is 33,840. I think it'll shoot up from there. So let's see, 33,840. So let's look at that on the higher time frames over here. 33,840. Oh, that's a big drop though. Yeah, that could possibly be it, Razzle. The problem with this right here is that I don't think this will happen by today. So we'll keep that number in mind later on. But yeah, personally, I don't think it's going to drop because that's a big drop. So if you're looking at 32,840, it's right here. That's about a 10,000 or 11,000 pip move. So maybe it'll happen like a bit later into the week, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So we'll, you know, we'll watch and we'll see what happens from there. All right, let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, exactly. Razul said it's not tax dodging, it's tax planning. Exactly, right? I mean, there's a lot of loopholes that you guys can follow, right? If you guys, you know, like I mentioned that book, it kind of teaches you how to do things legally. Yeah. All right, anyways, looking at US 30, I don't really see much here, guys. I'm still looking for that retracement. Thanks, Tony. Tony said, bro, you're the best I've ever seen. Yeah, you know, I've been doing this for a while. So like, I especially US 30, something like US 30, I've been trading this every day for like the past 2-3 years now. So I kind of understand how it moves. You know, I see the same patterns every day, and it just, you know, it just pretty much focuses on like what's important and what's not. Because a lot of people look at too many things for assets like US 30, but US 30 moves the same like almost every day. You just have to understand how it actually moves. And you know, I can teach you guys that. Just sitting on these sessions, you guys just listen to what I talk about every morning, and it shows you exactly what to look for when trading something like this. Let's see, Jay said, finally, the green momentum on the minute now, looking for a sell. Let me go on the 1 minute real quick. Yeah, so technically this would be a sell here. I'm not going to take this trade. This is a very risky trade. If you guys want to take it, you know, feel free, but I'm just going to tell you guys up front that I'm not going to take it myself. And it's, you know, it's going to get close to TP right there anyways. Or it looks like it already hit TP actually. So I don't know if you caught that, Jay, but it did drop. It looks like it hit TP and it bounced all the way back up. I'm not going to enter it. There's just, it's just too volatile right now. So I'm not going to enter it because it keeps bouncing back and forth. It's just not necessarily one that I would want to hop into. But just looking at it from right here, Jay, it looks like it already hit TP. And it looks like it's probably going to come back down, but I'm not going to mess with it. But yeah, just looking at this here, you can see the point right here at the bottom. That means that it touched it. But we'll see if it comes back down. I'm not sure if you're in it right now. Okay, nice. So yeah, Jay did take it right there. Jay said, yep, small profit. So you took the profit off that. But the volatility is just too crazy. The last thing I want to do is enter this trade. It spikes up, it stops me out, and then it comes all the way back down, right? So I would probably just hold off on this here if you didn't already make profit off it. But yeah, definitely, Jay, I see that you made profit off it. So it looks like it's about to hit. There you go. Full TP off that scalp for anyone who did cash this off this right here. Pretty solid for the most part. Oh, nice. So Paul said, I'm a tournament baseball, softball umpire. We claim miles traveled, clothing, equipment, car repairs, internet, phone bills as write-offs. Yeah, exactly. I do the same thing, Paul. Same with me here, right? I'm here using all this equipment for my computer, right? My whole computer is a write-off. My office space here is a write-off. My electricity, I'll just run my AC all day because that's write-off too. So I'm like cooling down my office. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that you guys, yeah, and your dog too, Kyle. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, Kyle talked about that last Friday, actually. Kyle came over here and visited and actually gave some game on this tax stuff. So definitely great. But yeah, Josh over here locked in 892 off that sell. So it looks like some of you guys did take that sell there. I'm just going to give you guys an update in the chat for whoever did take this sell, because obviously, you know, it was a decent sell here. So I'll just give you guys an update because we did mark this up, and it looks like a lot of you guys did take it. So we'll document it just as, you know, something that we looked over on the live session, so that later on in the week, you know, if you guys want to go back and see what hit, what didn't, you know, you guys can see that some of these trades here were running through. So let me just get this real quick. All right, we got this right there. Rick as well. So it looks like Rick took that sell too. He made about 300 off that trade, 132 off this one. So Rick's up 3,018 for the day. Nice work, Rick. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid. If you guys have more profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over, and then I'll take a look when I get to that point. So Roman over here too. Roman locked in a total of 664 for the day. Nice work. Looks like Roman took that sell there as well. He took a one lot because it looks like it might have felt risky to him, but he took it anyways, and he still profited pretty heavily off that. So nice work, Roman. Yeah, Leilani, let me just send it to you right now. So let me just go get this over here. There you go, Leilani. All right, yeah, so you guys did pretty solid so far. Looking at Mark's profit over here too. Mark locked in 1,761. Nice work, Mark. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid overall. I mean, you guys are doing good. Let's see. Romani over here too. Jay over here. So Jay's the one that's in the Zoom. So Jay's the one that kind of gave us the hint off this move right here. So nice work, Jay. Jay's the one that told us, you know, the 1 minute was coming. So we looked at it when he told me. We marked it up, and then he took the trade. He locked in about 240 off that trade, 245. So a total of 504 for the day. Nice work, Jay. Romani over here as well. Romano locked in a total of 1,390. Nice work, Romano. Looks like he took the sell right there as well. So a lot of you guys did take that sell. For you guys who do understand the strategy, Brittany here as well. Brittany locked in a total of 203. Looks like she had an accidental sell over here because she locked in a couple cents, 59 cents and then 39 cents. But the actual move here, she locked in 203 for a total of 3,247 for the day. Nice work, Brittany. Yeah, so Brittany said she's done. Leilani as well. Leilani over here, damn, Leilani's up 2,380. Nice work, Leilani. All wins, no losses right here for the day. So great way to kick off the trading week for you, Leilani. Salarm here as well. Salarm's up about 100, 300, about 1,000 right here. So Salarm's up about 1,000 here for these sells, no losses at all. So you guys can see, if you guys understand the strategy here, you guys can apply it yourself and lock in a ton of profits, just, you know, doing your own thing. So let me check this out over here. The retracement still didn't come for the 3 minute. So we're still waiting for that retracement here. 1 minute as well. Now we're looking for the retracement on here too. I'm not going to trade on the 1 minute, but if I do see something, I'll mark it up for you guys to take it. So retracement there, and then a shoot back down. It's 7:15 right now. So Biden's going to speak in about an hour. We'll probably see the market start to slow down closer to 8. Once it hits 8, market's probably going to be dead because a lot of people are going to sit out the market until Biden's done speaking, because Biden can probably cause the market to spike, you know, one way or the other. Looking at market sentiment over here, market sentiment is now dropping. You guys can see here it's going from 57 to 56. This is indicating that a lot of people are pulling out of their shorts. They're just going to be holding off until, you know, probably Biden's done speaking. Yeah, C6, I'm telling you, create an account for Kind Kobe. The mascots pay 12K each year, right off 24K, right? Yeah, no, exactly. I'll start a separate one to pay off the K2 dogs. Flynn said, can I claim therapy expenses as a business expense as trading is making emotional? Yeah, you can, actually. Yeah, you know, like, I'm not a tax specialist, so don't take this from me, but from what I've learned from other tax specialists and from my own tax accountant, you know, you can write off all medical expenses. Like for me, my healthcare, I don't have a job, right? I trade for a living. So I pay for my healthcare myself, you know, throughout my company, and I pretty much have healthcare covered. So it is covered. Also, if you have like an animal, you know, I'm not a CPA guy. So this isn't something that I'm telling you guys. This is something that I learned from a tax accountant and someone else. You know, your dog could basically be a tax write-off as well. If your dog is an emotional support animal, because, you know, for me, I might need my dogs to trade properly, right? In order for me to trade, my dogs need to be happy. So basically all stuff for your dogs could be written off as well. So just keep that in mind. Something I talked to with Kyle about last week, and Kyle took advantage of it. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways around this, guys. There's a lot of ways around this. Well, I'm not going to get into that, but yes, I would consider it too, because it does have to deal with your health. Flynn said, damn, tax write-offs is a new side hustle. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I started, Flynn. Once I started making a lot of money from trading, I started to get into the tax game. I started to understand how taxes work. And that's why, that's why I live where I live now. That's why I have the cars that I have, because it all fits within my tax goals, right? So yeah, I mean, I sent you guys a book here. So if you guys want to read that book, if you guys are in the premium, just scroll up right here. I tagged Al in it. So I don't know where it is. It's somewhere around here. Yeah, so if you just scroll up right here, I tagged Waco, is Al. This is Al. If you just click on this, it'll bring you to the book and you can download it right here. And it'll give you like a little head start on like how the tax game works. If you guys want to find out like more information, I could point you in the right direction. But it becomes fun, because like once you start to make a lot of money, it becomes a game. How do you keep that money, right? And the way to keep that money is to minimize your tax liabilities. So yeah, I mean, you guys are making a ton of profit here anyways, right? So yeah, once you guys continue to make these profits, you guys are gonna have to start to learn how to preserve that net profit, so that you don't get taxed on it at the end of the year. So, well, I mean, technically you get taxed on it, but you got deductions. So that's how it works. Anyways, I'm going off topic here. I'm going back to the US 30. I don't see any entries here. It's kind of just bouncing. Yeah, Kenny, the funny thing is, it actually does work that way too. So Kenny also mentioned that how about your dogs as company security, right? If you use your dogs as security, they're basically employees at that point, right? So you basically have to pay for them. So yeah, that's another one. There's different ways to, I mean, there's a lot of loopholes, right? There's a lot of things that you guys can use. But yeah, Kenny, like, you guys can use that as well. I think there's a couple different scenarios for your dog. You can have them as an HSA account. So like, say, for example, you're paying for your health insurance. You have like a separate account for like miscellaneous, sorry, I can't even say it right now. Miscellaneous fees, right? So miscellaneous health fees, which could be your dog. That's like one thing. Another thing is your dog could be an emotional support animal. That's another thing. If you want them as security, that's another thing. And like what Sisu just mentioned here, you can do it with your children as well. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about the tax game, but if you guys want to learn it, just go on the premium right here, scroll up, click on tax free wealth, and then you guys can download the book here for free. Don't tell anybody I gave it to you guys for free. All right. So anyways, going back to what I was talking over here. On the 1 minute, there's no entry yet. We're waiting for a retracement here. Same on the 3 minute, waiting for that retracement here. So if you guys have questions and you guys want me to cover any strategies, just let me know. But as you guys can see here, see how I mentioned before, if price closes below here, it's going to continue dropping. Look what happened from here. Look what happened. Huge drop from that point, right? So if you guys took this right here, I should have just held on to the sell, because if I just held on to it, I would have been in profit almost 3,000 pips at this point. So, we look at this today, we're going to look at this again tomorrow. It's the same thing every single day. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys forgot, I have my group mentoring session today. So just keep that in mind. Group mentoring session today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So it's 7 right now, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, about 8 hours. 8 hours from now, I'm going to have my group mentoring session. So if you guys want to join, I can answer your questions more in detail there. And it'll be shared across all of the groups. Quick question from Razul. Razul said, quick question, if your FTMO retrial is in profit but not meeting the target, do you get a second retrial, or does FTMO offer only one retrial? It's as many as you need, I think, Razul. I don't know if they changed it, but I'm pretty sure you could keep doing it as many times until you either fail it or if you don't make it in profit. So you can keep going. I think I've seen other people here where they have lost, they've had a retrial, I think like 2 or 3 times. So I think you can do it as many times. I know before there was a rule where you can only do it twice, but I think now they just kind of loosen that rule and they let you do it as many times as possible. Yeah, guys, going back to US 30 over here, there's a retracement on the 1 minute. So we got this swinging up right here. Now we could probably look for a sell signal here. But like I mentioned before, guys, I'm not trading on the 1 minute. It's just too risky for me. I'd rather wait on the 3 minute here. If I don't catch any entries, I'm completely fine because I already locked in my profit for the day. Obviously you guys can see here, the profit I locked in for the day was about 4,000 in total across all my accounts. Tam over here too. Tam locked in 3,111. Nice work, Tam. Congrats. Yeah, you guys are killing, man. Everyone here is doing well. So I'm glad to see everyone here kicking on the trading week off pretty nice. You guys are pretty solid overall. Here, I'll just copy this over. I'll forward this over to the group chat over here. So let's see. I think we got a couple people over here. Let's see. Nice, Rick. Rick locked in 3,828, about 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Rick. No losses. This is one of your greatest days ever, right, Rick? Where you where you didn't have any losses. Kyle said, "Are you really done though?" Exactly. Yeah, don't mess with it, Rick. I think you're done for the day. You should just chill out because I know you had some back and forths with this over here. Jay's asking, is a mentorship at 3 going to be on Zoom? It'll be on Zoom, King. Or Jay, sorry, I don't know. I called you King. Yeah, Jay, it'll be on Zoom. On Zoom and YouTube. Yeah. All right, perfect, bro. Yeah, I'll be there at 3 o'clock our time. Yeah, like Kip just mentioned over here, right? So Kip mentioned, see how like Rick locked in 3,800. Kip mentioned here, 3,800 a day, 5 days a week, 48 weeks a year, 4 weeks vacation, 912,000 per year. It's amazing. If you guys do the math, if you guys set a goal, it's really easy. Like for example, if you want to make 500 a day, right? Because I know a lot of people, their goal is 500 a day. If you take just like 1 or 2 trades with me here every morning, you guys can see if you guys have the indicators, you guys can take way more trades. So if you guys are brand new here and you guys want to have the indicators to trade on your own, just go on the website, k2trades.com right here, click on K2 strategy course, and then you can learn all these strategies that we're applying here. So if you guys want to make these kind of profits where people are trading like a whole bunch of trades at once, you guys can learn it. For me, I only took 1 trade today. So I only made about 3,000 or 4,000 for the day off just 1 trade across all my accounts. But like what Kip was mentioning here, if you want to if your profit goal is 500 a day, just, keep that in mind. Profit goal 500 a day. You take 1 trade with me and you make that 500 each day, 5 days a week, 4 weeks out of the month, 12 months out of the year. That's 120,000 if you're only going for 500. So just keep that in mind, guys. I know a lot of you guys are seeing these huge profits here and you guys want to profit like everyone else, right? You guys are trying to make 3,000 a day, like how Brittany's doing here, how Leilani's doing here, 2,300, how Salarm's doing here about 2,000. You guys don't have to hit that. If you guys only want to make 100K a year, if this is new to you where you're becoming profitable, you should start your goal a little low. So go for like 100K. Then the next month or the next year, go for like 200K, right? And then go from 500K. You guys don't need to be a millionaire tomorrow. You guys can be a millionaire a year from now. Because if you guys make too much profit too fast, that's where you get greedy and you start taking risky trades. But like right here, just I mentioned, if you take like 1 trade with me a day, you make 500 per trade. You do it every day with me here a week. For the year, you'll make 120K. But obviously, if you make more profit, I'm trying to keep it realistic. This is what I'm trying to do because I don't want you guys to have these like unrealistic expectations where you think you're going to be a millionaire by tomorrow. It's not going to happen. I mean, it could happen, but odds are it's probably not going to happen. So just keep your goals in reach. And then when you reach that goal, go for the next goal. Don't just go from like making $0 to $1 million, right? You're probably going to get too greedy and you're going to take bad trades. So just keep that in mind when you guys are setting your profit goals for the day. All right, so here we go with the 3 minute. We have a pending buy signal here. It just came up. I'm just gonna be waiting for it to, swing up and then I'm gonna catch it as it swings back down. So yeah, if you guys have profit goals, if you guys want to talk about it, post up your profit goals and we can do the math. If you guys don't know how to do the math yourself, just post up your profit goals. How much do you want to make a year? How much have you made a year? That's how you guys can gauge where you're going. Because it's not really that hard. It's like you guys just do the basic math, and then you guys can figure out what's possible, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Because a lot of you guys here who just joined K2 or have been like new to K2, I know a lot of you guys came from different groups and you guys weren't profitable with them, but like now that you guys are in K2, you guys are now profitable, and you guys are, you guys have big dreams, right? It's good to have big dreams, but you guys don't want to be shooting for the stars when it's like, your first year trading with us here. Because a lot of people have been here for a while. If you guys have seen Patricia, you guys know exactly who here has been profiting like this every single day, right? If you guys go through the messages, Tam's been with us for like over 2 years now. She makes 3,000 like that easily. Rick as well. Rick's been with us for maybe half a year, made 3,000 right here. If you guys are consistent, you guys learn these strategies and do it consistently every single day, you guys can make these kind of profits. If you guys are just here for a day or two, you're probably not going to do this overnight. It's going to take some time, but it's possible. Definitely possible. All right, so here we go. Looking for these entries over here. There's nothing on the 3-minute, 1 minute over here. We're still looking for this sell here if it comes up, but I'm not going to take it. If it does come up, I'll just mark it up for you guys, but I'm obviously not going to take it myself. Looking over here, Abraham said, yeah, I had a vision for at least 250 to 500 a day. Trading with you has been great compared to our daily pay based on a full-time job. Yeah, no, exactly. Abraham, I'm glad that you've been profiting with us because I know you came onto K2 like, I don't know, was it a month or 2 months ago? And you've been like pretty consistent. I mean, you send me your profits almost every day. Not every day, but very consistently. And you've been doing pretty solid. I mean, look at you here. Like you went from making really small profits, or this is your profits now, but like you went from, first day you messaged me was June 30th. You signed up like less than a month ago. So you've only been with us for like a couple weeks now, and you've been pretty solid. You send me your profits every day. You used to go from making $100 a day to like $200 a day. And then, you're making more over here as you go continuing on. But yeah, if you guys send me your profits every day, I'll have our messages here and we could always look back and to see how you did from prior. But definitely glad to see everyone here killing it. All right, let's see. Nice, Joshua over here. Joshua locked in 1,032. Nice work, Joshua. EW here as well. EW's up. Let's let this load right here. 4,115. So as you guys can see here, a lot of people here are killing it every day. It's super simple. Yeah, Kip said the strategy has changed my life, my trading life, but the community is golden. Everybody wants each other to succeed. Even everyone wins when Rick wins. Exactly right. Yeah. So like guys, just another reminder for you guys who are here and you guys who are new here, there's no competition here, right? Like for me, I only made like about 3,800 today, right? But I see other people here locking like 4,000. I'm not going to be all mad that someone here is making more profit than me. We're all here on the same goal, right? I want all you guys to profit here. Obviously, you can see here's a timestamp from today. These are all different people. EW here locked in 4,000. Joshua locked in 1,000. Rick locked in 3,800. These are all different people in K2. Tam locked in 3,100. So Lauren locked in about 2,000 there. And so on, right? Leilani locked in 2,300. These are all different people here who are profiting. And you guys can see that they're profiting with us every day. So, just a reminder, our community here, we're here to empower each other. We want everyone to profit. There's no competition here. It doesn't matter if someone makes $100. It doesn't matter if someone makes $8,000, right? We're all here for the same goal. And that's kind of what makes, K2 the community that a lot of people want to be in, because we're here to make sure that everyone profits. And it's possible. It's not that difficult. All right, cool. Let's see. Razul said, FYI, FTMO just confirmed that you can have many retrials as long as you're in profit, not broken the rules. Definitely, Razul. So that makes sense. Sounds good. We missed this trade here. So Bradley I just saw his message. Bradley said 1 minute hit TP. So we this is the trade that we were waiting for. We actually missed it, but definitely great work to whoever caught it. I think some of you guys did catch it right here. Unfortunately, we missed it. I was kind of just bouncing around a lot. So we missed this trade here, but there was literally no drawdown. It went straight to TP. Oh, I think this is what EW took right here. So yeah, it looks like you just took that trade right there. Yeah. So some of you guys did catch it. I didn't catch it, but looks like some of you guys did catch it. I'll just give you guys an update here. It's because we were waiting for it. So for you guys who did catch it, I'll just give an update there so you guys can follow through. Yeah, Adrian here caught it. So Adrian made 693 off that trade. So Adrian is up 6,250 for the day, right? So as you guys can see here, people's profits vary because some people here take certain profits. I mean, they take certain trades while others don't. Like for myself, I didn't take that trade, so I wasn't able to catch it. But a lot of you guys here did catch it. So nice work, Adrian. Yeah, big congrats to you. Adrian's up pretty heavy for the day. It's just Monday. He's up 6,250 for the day. This is like more than what people make on their paycheck, right? Even me as an attorney, this is more than I would make it as an attorney on my paycheck. It's a lot of money right there to be made. Salorm took it too. Salorm's made about 300 off that trade right there. So nice work, Salorm, off this one and the previous one. So Salorm made 147, and then the trade before that was 72. Jay too. So Jay said he caught it as well. So Jay caught it right there. He made about 5,000 on this one. So nice work, Jay. Damn, you guys are killing it. Everyone here is doing pretty good. Even though I didn't take the trade with you guys, I'm glad to see that you guys are still profiting off it as well. So let me just send this over here real quick for the update. And this one over here as well. Yeah, definitely. Goldie said 950 euros per day is 160 euros. Top 1% of UK, not bad at all. Yeah, and it's possible, Goldie. I know we talked about this last week. You know, you guys just have to keep your eye on the long-term goal. Don't think about profits for the day. Think about profits for the year. So let me scroll down real quick. Abraham said, true. I've tried a lot of indicators, different strategies. Nothing worked for me personally. K2's flipped my trading, honestly speaking. Yeah, definitely, Abraham. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad to see you profiting every day. That's the main thing, right? Main thing is to see everyone here killing it. Yeah, Miriam over here said her profit goal is 200,000 a year. So Miriam, if you wanted to make 200,000 a year, I'll show you what you have to make a day with us here. So if you want to make 200,000 a year, you just got to divide that by 12, because there's 12 months in a year, right? Out of every month, there's 4 weeks. You divide that by 4. And out of the week, we'll divide that by 5, because there's 5 trading days, right? So every day you just have to make 833 a day, Miriam, which is very possible, right? You looked at everyone's profits here for the day. You know, majority of people here already made that much. You only need 833 for the day. So if you want to make 200K, you know, just looking at everyone's profits, they're well over that. Even people who made smaller profits, like Josh made 1,000 for the day. If you can do this every day and take about 1 or 2, like maybe 1 to 3 trades with us daily, you can easily lock that in. Like even Slorm over here, right? Slorm locked in almost like well over 1,000 right there. And it's very possible. Just keep that in mind. You know, if you guys just got to think of what your profit goal is for the day. If you make 800 for the day and you're feeling risky, then just, you know, take the rest of the day off and then come back tomorrow, make that 800 again, and just keep doing it over and over and over again. So the main key here is just to minimize losses. You guys have to go ahead and, you know, because this is what happens. A lot of people get too caught up on their losses and they end up taking more losses. If you guys take a loss, just shrug it off and then go on to the next one. Because you guys can't be stuck on like one position. It's just too, it's going to be too heavy on your emotions, on your trade psychology. If you keep focusing on the losses, focus on the wins, and then minimize, eliminate as many losses as possible. All right, let me scroll up real quick, see what else I missed. Oh, gotcha, Nico. Yeah, so it came up really quick, that 1 minute. Carrie's asking, where do you think is the top on the 4-hour time frame? OTP on the 4-hour time frame. Honestly, I don't know where the TP would be here. Let me just let me look at the zones over here real quick. So here's the thing with this, Kier, on the 4-hour time frame, it already broke the zone right here, so it's got a long way to go. I mean, if it's going to go all the way down here, this is going to be the very low, but I don't think it's going to drop this far. Biden's going to speak in about an hour, so when he speaks, he might say something good for the economy. He might say something bad for the economy, right? We really don't know with Biden because this dude kind of just says a lot of things. And I don't think a lot of the stuff that he says really makes sense majority of the time. So, you know, I don't know what he's going to say. If he says something good, price will spike back up. He says something bad, price will spike down, right? He's probably going to talk about COVID. That's what I can anticipate. I anticipate him talking about the monetary policy moving forward post-COVID, because a lot of the forbearances are going to come off, right? The mortgage forbearance, the loan forbearance for student loans, stuff like that. He's going to talk about that. And then he's probably going to talk about COVID, right? Because COVID is starting to get somewhat bad again, not horrible, but still getting bad. And that might just cause price to continue dropping. So looking at the 4 hour right here, this is kind of where I see it. This is like the very low support, but we don't know what's going to happen because Biden's going to speak in like less than an hour. So we got to wait and see what happens from there. When he comes on, he might say something miraculous, right? He might be like, oh, COVID is not that bad. And then price will just spike all the way up. But who really knows about that, right? Nobody really knows until it happens. So I would just be careful with these trades until you get that confirmation. I'll probably wait until like the end of New York session to see where the direction is pushing. Yeah, Bradley said every stock is red. Looking over here at the index. Wow, look at the futures, man. I've never seen it this down before. I've never seen it down 700 points aside from COVID. Like when COVID happened, like this was like when it was super far down. But looking at this right here, I've never seen it. Wow, this is crazy for the daily. I've never seen it this far down. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, it says Dow drops more than 700 points on Monday. Heads for the worst decline of 2021. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So there's a lot of things here that are affecting the market. It's showing here that the 10-year treasury yield fell to a new 5-month low. A lot of things here are dealing with COVID, right? So as you guys can see here, the COVID cases have rebounded in the US. So with the Delta variant spreading among the unvaccinated. So looking at this right here, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Oil prices right here, falling OPEC. There's a lot of different things that are affecting the market, but it seems like COVID is like one of the biggest factors right here affecting it. So I think when Biden speaks later, it's going to affect the market one way or the other. So let's go back to the 3-minute right here. Perfect. We have that retracement right here. We just need that sell. So we got that retracement right there. We're going to wait for the sell to come back down. And we're going to hop right back into this entry over here. But currently right now, we just don't have anything available. So we need that retracement to confirm. And then once we have it come back down, we can take the trade in the other direction. Yeah, no problem, Carrie. Jay said, hey, Shawn, I'm with US 30, a 1 minute wrong signal, but if you're with currency.com valid signal, which one would I use to make a valid signal? I would use currency.com, Jay. I've used Owanda before and they give a lot of false signals. So I wouldn't really use them. I think currency.com has the most accurate because they have raw data and they actually go off the futures data. So I would personally go with currency.com. I mean, you can go with Owanda if you want, but from my experience, Owanda isn't really that accurate when it comes to US 30 because I've seen a lot of false signals on there as well, like in the past. That's why I stopped using them. Yeah, no problem, Jay. Gotcha. Yeah, and what Jay just mentioned, so if you guys are new here and you guys aren't familiar with like what we just talked about, so you can change your data here. I use currency.com for everything because I've found this to be the most accurate. Basically all my trades are based off this data set right here. If you type in US 30, there's different options here. So like some people like to use Owanda. I personally don't like using them. It's technically the same, but sometimes the signals come up kind of different. So as you guys can see right here, these are pretty much the same. But on the 1 minute over here, this is what, Jay just mentioned. So looking at this right here, this is currency.com. And then if you look at Owanda, actually, they look the same to me too. Oh, they're a little different. So there's a signal right here. And then on Owanda, the signal is like way down here. So you would have missed this win over here if you are using, currency.com. So yeah, I can see what you meant right there, Jay. But yeah, if you guys can see here, it shows that currency.com is a little more accurate with regard to the momentum swings. So guys, at 7:41, I'm going to hope to see if I can catch a trade within the next, 10 to 20 minutes from now. If I don't see anything coming up, I'm probably just going to call it a day. Biden is speaking at 8:30, so he's speaking in about 40, 50 minutes from now. As that approaches, you're probably going to see the market slow down a bit. So if we don't get an entry within the next 10 minutes or so, I'm probably going to call it a day because Biden's going to speak. Market's probably going to be slow from here. So market's probably going to be slow from 8 to 8:30. Right there. Market's probably just going to go and consolidate a bit from here. It'll probably just, go sideways for a bit. And then when Biden speaks at 8:30, whatever Biden says, if it's good for US 30, it'll spike up. If it's bad for it, it'll spike down, right? My guess is that it's going to spike up. But I mean, who knows? I don't know what Biden's going to say because Biden, he's worse than Trump, right? When you're listening to Trump, like Trump will say some stuff that'll just make the market go up for no reason. Biden, he just talks, but it doesn't really make. I mean, I guess it makes sense sometimes, but majority of the time, you kind of don't know what he's implying, right? Like when Trump was president, he's like stock market up, stock market this, stock market that. It was so easy. Like whenever Trump said something, you're like, all right, I'm gonna buy. I'd make some money off that. When Biden speaks, price either sometimes it doesn't even spike. It'll just like go sideways even further, and then when he's done speaking, then it'll choose its direction or whatever, right? So, just keep that in mind. Kyle, go to, so make sure you have them all open. So like right here, it's light news. You probably don't have it on your Forex factory because you have it set to this right here. So for expected impact, you probably just have it set to the important ones, red and orange. So if you just have that set up, there's nothing there. But if you have it set up to everything, it'll be right there. It's in yellow. It shows that it's medium, it's low impact, but it's Biden, right? It's going to impact it regardless. So just just keep that in mind. Yeah, Shortstein just said that its industrial average is 759 points low. Yeah, that's crazy, right, Shortstein? I haven't seen this before since COVID. I've never seen it drop this much. I've seen it go to like 500, but 700, 800, this is like normal COVID right here. Like this would come up when the COVID percentages would come up, right? If you guys were trading with me last year during March, you guys would have remembered that like whenever they released the COVID numbers in the morning, like this would be a huge spike. It would spike down like 800 points. But I've never seen this during normal market when it's not based off COVID. So we'll we'll have to wait and see what happens from here. Yeah, for the most part, I just don't see anything happening from here until Biden speaks at 8:30 at this point. So I'll hang on for another, I guess, 10 minutes or so. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I'll answer anything that you guys have. Otherwise, we'll probably be calling it a day before Biden speaks. And then maybe later on, you guys can trade again once he's done speaking, which will probably be around 10:30. He usually speaks for like maybe an hour, 2 hours. So around 10:30, 11, you guys can probably catch the end of the market from 11 till 1 our time. So let's see. Mark said, I think after Biden speaks, US 30 will go up because even with the Delta variant, businesses are open, schools are open, gyms are open. So I don't think it will impact the market that much. Yeah, exactly, Mark. I could kind of see that too, because usually there's going to have to be some sort of recovery. Here, I don't see US 30 dropping like this, right? Or maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Let me see what other news we have this week. So we don't really have much news this week. It's actually a pretty calm week overall. We have building permits at 5:30 tomorrow. Housing starts. Yeah, nothing really crazy. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims, but that's a given. And then Friday, obviously, there's some news on this day. So the only heavy news days are really going to be Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, we have crude oil inventories at 7:30, but I don't think it's really going to affect it that much on Wednesday. But other than that, everything's pretty much solid. So, all right, we'll see what happens from here. So no entry here. I have my alert set up. I'm just waiting for this to provide a sell signal. Once it provides a sell signal, then we're gonna hop in for that sell right there. But right now, there's just nothing available at this moment. Yeah, Mark said the bull is still strong. Just got to be patient. I agree. It's gonna have to recover at some point. So. All right, let's see if there's anything else here to look at. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I've never like seeing this number this big is like it's really a shocker because like we trade US 30 every day, right? We're looking for like 100 points. 100 points is like a good day for us. This is 700 points, so this is a crazy day for us because it usually doesn't push even past 200 on most days. So we'll see if there's any other breaking news here. Yeah, nothing really on CNBC. So Jim Cramer expects further market declines. Says investors can be patient, right? Yeah, so that's what we just talked about right now. So Cramer's thinking that it's going to keep dropping further and further. but we'll see what happens from there. We're not really gonna go off what they say, right? But looking at the indexes here, everything is red, right? The Dow is red, S&P 500 is red, Nasdaq's red, Russell 2K is red. The entire market's red right now. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are worried about what's going on here, it's the entire market's red. It's not just the Dow, it's the entire indexes. Looking at gold, gold is also, actually gold hasn't changed much. Silver is all down. Everything's down. Silver, copper, platinum, palladium. Oil is down too. Oil is down. Natural gas is slightly up. Bonds, this is crazy. Usually the bonds move opposite of the stock market. But as you guys can see here, the entire stock market is red and the bonds are red too. So this is crazy. I wonder what's going to happen here. Is this a market crash? Might be. Gold's down, or no, gold's it's slightly up. It's only up like 0.40 points, but it's up barely anything. But everything across the board is pretty much red. Let's see. Yeah, Falcon said not back tested, but Shawn, you should just simulate the K2 on the 5-minute time frame. I mean, you guys can. If you guys want to apply it on the 5-minute, you guys can, but I haven't back tested it. And I mean, for me personally, I know it could probably help a lot of people, but you know what we're using now, Falcon works already. So like what I always tell you guys, like don't fix something that's not broken, right? Because if you guys start to go forcing trades on like other time frames, that's where you could start to lose. Like you could start to incur some losses, right? Because we already found what the sweet spots are. Sweet spots are the 3-minute and 1 minute and 10 minutes. So that's why we use those time frames. If you want to back test it, I mean, feel free to see how the 5-minute works. But for me, this works perfect for me. So there's no point in me really changing. The problem with the 5-minute is that it's a longer candle. So you have to be holding, you probably have to, the entries wouldn't come up as often. That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Because the thing is, if we're trading for 2 hours a day and you're waiting for a 5-minute candle to close, you know, odds are you're only gonna get so many 5-minute candles, right? So like, for example, if I'm trading for an hour 30, because I only trade from 6:30 to 8, right? So if I'm trading for an hour 30, that's about 60 plus, that's 90 minutes divided by 5. It's only 18 candles, right? 18 5-minute candles. If I don't see anything in those 18 candles, I waste my entire day trading. For the 3-minute, we have more opportunities here. For the 1 minute, way more opportunities. So that's why we use the 3-minute and the 1 minute versus those. But let me just see this real quick. Ken said UK health secretary got COVID and had 2 vaccination. UK prime minister self-isolating, COVID Olympics. Plus, we need doesn't correction. Yeah, Ken. No, Ken just mentioned a lot of good things right there. He mentioned a lot of things happening in the UK as well. With a lot of people getting COVID, and you know, people that were even vaccinated, they got COVID. So there's a lot of different things happening around the world, and that's what's good about us. That's what's good about us over here, with us being in the US and with Ken and a lot of you guys being in Europe. You guys are able to see what's going on over there, while we're able to see what's going on here, and we could you know, come full circle with these. All right, we're still waiting for this entry here. There's no entry yet, but we're just waiting for here on the 3-minute and the 1 minute. Yeah, Rav. So one thing, I did see your message earlier, Rav, but one thing that you have to take in consideration is that you're looking at the market when the market isn't open yet, right? That analysis that you're looking for doesn't really work well on market reopen, because the thing is, you were looking at how the market was moving prior to it actually opening. So you're looking at it from Asia session and London session on Sunday. The US market never opened. You got to keep in mind and remember that this is a US asset, right? So if the market, like if the US market makers and institutions aren't trading the market yet, there isn't really a direction that's been set. And you know, the picture that you sent me earlier for the sentiment, it was only like 61%. You know, when we're looking for heavy sentiment, we're looking for like 65, 70%. When it's at 61, it can be time for a reversal at that point. So as you can see right here, price is going down and the sentiment is going the opposite direction. So see, as you guys can see right here, it's actually working the same way that we trade, right? We like to trade in the opposite of sentiment. So that's like one thing to keep in mind, Rav, when you're analyzing it that way. You can analyze it that way during the week, but over the weekend, it's not going to work proper because the market hasn't opened yet. unless you wait until Monday when the market's fully actually open. All right, so we got a pending sell here on the 1 minute. I'm not going to take it, but if you guys want to take it, I'll try to mark it up for you if it does close. So hasn't closed yet, but if it does, we'll try to follow it, see how it plays out here. Yeah, no problem, Rav. I know it's probably something that you didn't realize, but with it being a U.S. asset, this market doesn't technically open officially until 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, because that's when the stock market reopens. All right, so here's a 1 minute right here for whoever wants to or wanted to take it. I'm not going to take it; it's too risky for me. I prefer to take it on the 3 minute if I see it coming up. So this is at your own risk, guys. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I'm not going to take it. But it's too late now. It already hit TP. So there you go. Another full TP right there. When you guys are asking for, a lot of you guys know what this is. The horns that you guys want for that. So there you go. There goes the TP off that 1 minute there for whoever caught it. I didn't catch it, but whoever did, congrats. It was a pretty quick profit right there. It happened within a few seconds. So I'll give you guys another update in the group for whoever caught it. But it was exactly what we were waiting for right there. So I'm going to go ahead and post this up again. Yeah, you guys are killing it, guys. Yeah, great profits among everyone here. Yeah, let's see Kyle over here too. So Kyle locked in. Nice, 570 right here, Kyle. So I know we were talking about your goal too over here, Kyle. You're trying to make about 6 figures, right? So if you made 570 today with just 2 trades, you do that every day, 570 times 5 times 4 times 12. It's 136K a year. So definitely great work if you continue doing this every single day. And if you and Barbie can do it, man, that's crazy. You do that times 2. It's about 200K amongst you guys. And then if you guys increase your account size, because I know you have 100K, right? Or you have a smaller account size. If you, increase that to a 200K, you can multiply this by another 2. It's like $500,000 right there. Just making about 500 profit a day. Well, it'd probably be 1,000 if you're trading a bigger account, but yeah, you get the gist of it. Slorm here too, took that sell, 222 in profit. Nice work, Slorm. Let's see. Man, we keep getting these scammers that join the group right here. I gotta go and delete this person. I always gotta keep banning these people. It's annoying, but whatever. That's why it's better for you guys to be here in the premium. So Josh over here, Josh as well. Josh made about 186. So as you guys can see right here, even if you guys have a small account with FTMO, if you have a 25K account, you can still make profit here. 168. Nice work off that, Josh. John over here too. John said he was done earlier. He took another trade. He locked in 10,211. Nice work, John. Rick said, tastes like victory. Exactly right. Intraday over here, yeah, I'm about 56K for the day. Crazy. It's insane. Mark over here too. So as you guys can see, it doesn't matter if you guys have a big account or a small account. Mark here locked in 51 bucks. So great profit there, Mark. Profit's profit. Doesn't matter if you guys are taking, big trades or small trades, you guys can still profit here and it adds up over time. Maddie over here too. Maddie said woke up late. So Maddie locked in 761. Not bad, bro, for waking up late, right? So yeah, Maddie over here too. So Maddie here, Maddie's actually a barber, right? So Maddie's making 761 a day. So if we do the math on that, say you made 761 a day times 5 times 4 times 12, 182,000 a year. And I know your girlfriend's doing it too. I don't know if she's on here, but dude, if both of you guys do this and you guys do it the same times 2, it's a lot of profit to be made amongst you guys. So definitely huge ways to go here. Oh, nice. So Nia over here, Nia is on FTMO, definitely. So Nia locked in 240 today. Nice work, Nia. 100%. And Nia. Props. Yeah, we will be recording for later. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys are gonna be pretty solid. Yeah, Joshua said I'm going to be in school to be an engineer and on track to make 4K a week while I'm in college. Yeah, definitely. I was talking to you about that the other day, right, Josh? Yeah, me and Josh were talking about because Josh is actually he's 18. Josh is just going to college. So he's going to college to be an engineer and he's still going to be trading on the side. So I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I mean, if you keep doing this while you're in college, you'll at least have money to have fun while you're in college and not rack up, any debt. That's probably like the biggest factor here for me to trade. Yeah. So if you guys remember, like I was an attorney before this, but my debt was like super crazy from law school and undergrad. So I started trading. Well, I was already trading, but I started trading more seriously after law school and when I became an attorney. And yeah, I can finally pay off my loans. I owe like 360,000 in loans. It's crazy. But now, I can easily pay that off probably by the end of the year, hopefully. So yeah, guys, it's okay to go to school, but if you're gonna go to school, make sure that you have an exit or you guys find a way out. Because if you don't, I know a lot of people who are just struggling paying loans like their entire life, and I couldn't do that. That couldn't be me. So I picked up trading, and here I am. Now I trade full time. All right, let me check this out real quick. I'm thinking about taking the sell if this does come up, but I don't, it's not up yet. So if this comes up as invalid, then I'm probably not going to take it. I'm just going to call it a day. It's already 8 o'clock. So as I mentioned before, the market is kind of dying down a bit. It's just going to slow down. And Falcon, we'll back test the 5-minute as well. Like you mentioned, it's kind of hard to back test the 5-minute because you have to look at it while everything's live because I mean, that's how you would figure out the confluence, right? But we do have a bearish confluence. And obviously it's going to work for a day, Falcon. Like regardless, if I show you the 5-minute, it's going to show all the sells or wins. Because if you look at all the 3-minute, all the sells or wins here, right? So if they're all wins here, it's going to be all wins on the 5-minute as well. So let me just wait for this to close. We got about 30 seconds here. But yeah, like I was mentioning before, Falcon, if you want to back test the 5-minute, you have to do it like real time. Because the thing is, we can't go and check the confluences on the 10-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute, etc. if we're doing it back testing, because you're not going to be able to have that same time period for it. And also you don't have the news and fundamentals to back up your confluences as well. So this is why I don't really recommend back testing. I recommend forward testing because you can get an actual good grasp as to like how the strategy actually works. So I'll just pull it up over here real quick. Let's see, US 30. Let's see, all right, I'll turn this on. Let's drop the pivots. Yeah, like I was just mentioning earlier, it's not going to make a difference. Falcon, you can see they're all wins, right? You take all the sells here, they're all wins. It wouldn't matter because they were all wins on the 3-minute. If you really want to back test this, you have to back test it with all the other charts, and I'm not going to do that because it's just going to take way too much time. Even though this all hits right here and it's a good example, I'm not going to use this as an example for back testing it because this is just one day. This doesn't necessarily mean it moves like this every single day, right? So if you go over here, as you can see right here, see like this would have been a loss, or let me see, it maybe would have been a win. No, that would have been a loss. So this would have been a loss right here. Let's see, 16,615. 16,615. Actually, so you wouldn't have taken that trade because right here it was a sell. So on the 5-minute, like I mentioned, these candles are too long. Like this right here was pushing up, but right here on the 3-minute, it was pushing down. So you wouldn't even have taken this trade here on the 5-minute. So what I just mentioned before, Falcon, if you want to back test it, feel free, but it's just going to take way too much time for me to back test this here because I got to have all the charts open and then I got to have everything up at the same time. So if you want to go and back test it, feel free. It's available to you. But I just can't do it here on the live session, right? It's going to take too much time away from the trades that we're actually looking for. Maybe during the live session later for the mentoring session, if you can show up for the mentoring session later tonight, Falcon, I can probably go over it a little more in detail, but I think right now it's just, I mean, it's going to work, obviously, right? It's not that it's not going to work. It's just that it's going to be less accurate because these candles they're just too far off. Like each is like 5 minutes. So if you want to trade this, you might as well just trade the 10-minute, right? Because it's a bit more accurate than the 5. So just keep that in mind. But if you do want to sit in on the live session later today, I'll be live at 3 o'clock for the mentoring session. I could probably answer your question a little more in detail during that time. But yeah, guys, so looking at this here, It came all the way back down. Obviously there was no entry here, but if you did take it for a sell stop, you could have taken that right there. If you guys understand what I mean by the sell stop, it's from one of the other strategies that we use. It's called the K2 momentum pullback. Basically, if you get a signal in the opposite direction, you just put the sell stop at the low of that candle, and then you catch it as it spikes down. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that there because it wasn't an official entry, but it would have hit TP there, as you can see from this point. All right, definitely, Josh. Yeah, definitely, no problem. Glad to see that you're profiting off that. Yeah, it looks like you're gonna call it a day. If you guys don't have to trade today, guys, I recommend you guys stop trading. Biden is talking in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm gonna call it a day too. And I think that's about it. Let me see. We have one more question here from Mark. Mark said, what causes the momentum signal candle to start out green, red to match momentum signal, but once the timer hits 10 seconds, it disappears? It's because the momentum hasn't confirmed, Mark. Momentum doesn't have to go in one direction every time. If the momentum pulls back and the requirements aren't met, then it's obviously not going to give you the signal. Same situation happens sometimes here, like when it's a valid signal, but then the last 10 seconds it pushes in the opposite direction, right? It's just basic market manipulation. Sometimes if there's an option contract that's expiring around that time, you'll see some volatility as price ends up spiking up and down. But there's really no explanation to it, Mark. There's a lot of different factors that can go into it. So like usually when we have an invalid signal like that, we just ignore it. And that's why you wait for that confirmation to take the trade. Because if you don't, you can get caught on the on the wrong side of the market. So all right, guys, I think that's it for today. Let me see if there's any other profits to look at right now. Patrick over here locked in 20K for the day. Wow, that's freaking nuts, Patrick. Looks like you were taking some risky trades though, because you took some losses there, but you also made it right back. So it looks like you took a small, I wouldn't say a small loss. You took a loss right there for 8,000. You made it back with 12,000. Again, right here, you took a loss for 9,000, which you made it back with 14,000. Right here, again, you took a loss for 7,000, which you made it back with 15,000 right here, right? So 20,000 profit for the day. Nice work, Patrick. You killed it, man. Let me see what else we got over here. I think we have one more, Sandra as well. Sandra's up 38 euros today. Nice work, Sandra. So definitely great consistency amongst everyone here. Obviously, if you guys go down the profits, here's the save messages. Here's a today's stamp. So these are all the profits from this morning. Sandra locked in 38 euros. Steven locked in, Patrick Stevens locked in 20,000 right there. Neil locked in 240. Maddie locked in 761. These are all different people in K2. Mark locked in 51. Entry locked in 56K. That's crazy. John locked in 10,000 right there. But as you guys can see, the big profits aren't really that crazy because everyone here is doing pretty solid. John again right here, another 10,000. 211. Congrats, John. So yeah, definitely great profits amongst everyone here. I'm not gonna go over all of these because obviously we already covered everything earlier. I don't want to reiterate the same profits that we covered about an hour ago. So other than that, guys, I think that's it for the day. I would be careful. If you guys don't have to trade, don't trade. Biden is speaking in about 15 or 25 minutes. So when he speaks, you can probably expect. So here's the thing, you can expect a spike up or down. However, the way that Biden kind of reiterates information, I don't know, it's just, he doesn't really push market that much. He'll probably just push it sideways. And then all of a sudden, then it'll spike up. So we're probably not going to expect a spike up all of a sudden, like how we used to see with Trump. But I mean, we'll see. We really don't know what's going to happen from there. But anyways, hopefully you guys locked in a lot of profits for today. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream on your way out, that'll definitely help us continue to grow this channel and help more people find us who need help trading. So other than that, I'll catch you guys here in the next live session. If you guys are available later today, I'll be going live for the group mentoring session at 3 p.m. today, Pacific time. So it's about 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, in about 7 hours. If you guys want to hop on that, you guys can join and ask any question that you guys have. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys here tomorrow for the next live session. And then we'll pick back up on New York Stock Exchange Open. So see you guys till then. And I'll see you guys later today if you guys end up showing up to the session.